Well, hello, hello, hello. Once again, welcome back to the Summer Spotlight 2020. I am your host, Gail Nicholson. So good to see you out there today. As always, if you are watching on Facebook, please give us some likes, give us some hearts, put a chat comment in the comments below. I will warn you with the platform that I use, I can't type back to your comments, but if I see them while we're on air, I will make sure that we mention them. So put your chats in and let's have some fun. Awesome. Now, today I get to introduce you to this incredibly beautiful woman from the UK who is going through some transition right now for COVID. And I'll let her tell you the story about it, but please help me welcome Miss Ann Iarchy, who is a healthy lifestyle coach from Iarchy.com. Hi, Ann. How are you today? How's things going?
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for having me, Gail. How things, well, lots of changes happening, thanks to or due to COVID, whichever way. But yeah, I had a bit of an interesting day today with some massive changes to where I work and how it's going to happen. So, but it looks like everything is happening really well. So, fingers crossed, and we'll know more by the end of the week.
Fantastic, fantastic. I know that I'm not quite sure how you interact with the universe and the planets and astrology and all that kind of stuff, but I woke up with some bad juju this morning, and I'm looking at things, and everything that I saw is like, just breathe. This is not the end. It's going to work out just fine. So I share that with you.
Yeah,
Um,
it definitely will.
Awesome. Now, forgive me. I'm sure that you get this question quite often, but I have to ask. Anne Iarchy, is this the name that your parents gave you?
It is, yes. And I know for lots of people growing up, it was, anarchy and, all that kind of stuff. And you know what? Why not? Let's be rebellious.
Right? Right? I'm like, why aren't you a freedom fighter? This is beautiful. But that's phenomenal though. Absolutely phenomenal. Your parents must have a killer sense of humor.
Well, it's a good question, actually. To be honest, I never asked them about it yet.
Really? Oh, well,
Yeah,
definitely
so
you should.
that's my next conversation with them.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of all of this because one of the things that attracted me to you is the fact that you consider yourself a healthy lifestyle coach. So, what exactly does that mean from, coming from you? And what do you do and why?
Okay. So I help mostly self-employed and professional women to lead a healthy lifestyle and lose weight. As we, and as a result, obviously gain energy, confidence, and self-esteem, which, when you're not happy within yourself and you don't feel confident with your weight and the way you look and the way you feel, it does affect you in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So I help those people make changes step by step, and through coaching and through looking at a holistic way as well. And the reason why I do it myself is because I used to work in the corporate world before, and I really struggled to lead a healthy lifestyle while being busy. We all busy, we working. I used to travel a lot, and it's kind of, how do you do it? How do you stay healthy? Don't put on a lot of weight, be active, be busy, and do it all.
Right.
And every person I reached out to said to me, look, it's black or white. Or you focus and you go to the gym 5 times a week and you eat well all the time, or it's never going to happen. And I'm just like, realistically, that's not something I can commit to. Mm-hmm. There must be a different way. There's just, I used to entertain a lot of clients. How do you eat a salad all the time? But especially, I used to work at the time in France, and I was just like, well, you got a 3-course meal with wine. What do you do? How do you make it happen?
Right.
And so it got really frustrated. I got frustrated because, I knew I wasn't the person I wanted to be or I could be. And over time, it chipped into my self-esteem and confidence. And to keep on going and have enough energy, I used to eat a lot of sweets. So
Always my favorite go-to.
I know. So get that sugar going. I'm not a coffee drinker, but obviously I knew that in turn wasn't helping my weight as such neither. So um, just over 10 years ago, I did a big career change, and I decided that I wanted to help the people that were just like me, struggling and not knowing what to do, to live a healthy lifestyle and lose weight as well, and just become the person they really want to be. So
You make
releasing.
you make an excellent point, especially pre-COVID when we could travel as more often and so on. Um, it was I think the choices are getting better now, but back then, I mean, you had, Wetzel's pretzels and Cinnabon, and that kind of stuff was all you could find in an airport. If you didn't plan ahead, if you didn't invest the time to focus on your nutrition while you were traveling, you were SOL. You had no options. And
It is.
yeah, like you said, that it makes such a huge difference. So tell me a little bit about what makes you different from other weight loss coaches. Because there is, like you said, that camp of militant health coaches, like you've got to do it this way all the time, every day, or forget it. And what you do, which is different. Tell me about it.
So there's probably two things that makes me different. The first one is, to me, weight loss is a byproduct of leading a healthy lifestyle. So it's not just about what you eat and how much you exercise. There's lots of other bits around it as well. There's your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Your habits. Obviously, nutrition and exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But sleep and stress is a big thing as well. So I look at it in a holistic way, because, we all know what we should be eating. We all know we should be moving more. The question is, why don't we do it?
Mm-hmm.
So it can be that you don't sleep enough, or you sleep really badly. And so you are drawn to sugar and coffee and anything else to give you that energy during the day. It could be that you just don't take the time to shop and cook, or you don't know how to.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that your self-talk is really negative. So all these things are part of looking at weight loss and being successful at weight loss. Someone can tell you have to eat just, 800 calories a day and exercise 6 times a week. If you're not in the right place, it's not going to happen. So I look at the physical environment as well as the mental environment of the person to help them become successful.
That's brilliant.
That's
I
the
love
first
it.
thing. And then the second thing is, to me, it's a journey. So you have to be realistic. We all lead busy lives. Mm-hmm. The question is, how much space and energy can you dedicate to your journey? If you tell me I only have half an hour a day, that's cool. It's half an hour more than what you normally would do. Just be aware that your results are going to be slower. But if you are consistent, you're still going to get there. And there is no right or wrong. We have to be realistic about the limitations that we have, the limits that we have, and just do as much as we can without feeling guilty that we don't do everything and anything that, people say and know that we should be doing. There's no should. Good. What can you dedicate right now? That's enough.
Nice.
If you can do half an hour extra, great. If you can't, that's fine as well. Just know that it's going to take a little bit longer.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, for me, I want to kind of put myself into this because when COVID started and the quarantine happened and we became locked down, there's this thing that they call the quarantine 15, where
Yes.
people tend to just blow up, right? Because they're sitting at home doing nothing but scrolling through Facebook, watching YouTube videos, and eating Funyuns. You know? And it got to a particular point where, for me, because I have a small frame and a small body, even just 10 pounds makes a big difference on me. And I was starting to get numbness down my arm,
Wow.
you know? And so that's when I was like, oh, there's something wrong here. Body's got the alarm system going off. What's going on? So now mind you, here in Arizona, it's 110 degrees. Okay, I can't just go out for a walk when I want to. But I did start just moving around more. And after right around sunset, I would go out for a walk with the dog when it's a little bit cooler, and just start moving more. And man, that made all the difference in the world. Mm-hmm. And just going for a walk and just paying attention to, okay, no more potato chips. No more chocolate ice cream right before bed, and being a little bit more responsible. Now, that's not to say that I don't still eat chocolate ice cream, right?
We all do.
Right? But just choosing when I eat it is a little bit better. Choosing different options for crunchy, because we need those textures.
Yep.
It can make a big difference in just what you're able to do, just doing what you can, instead of shooting yourself and shooting all over yourself by, I can't do that, so I can't do anything. That's such an amazing point. Now, so far in your career, what's your greatest accomplishment since you've been doing all of this?
It probably is writing a book. So on the day after lockdown was announced in the UK, I published my first book. So my book came out.
Nice.
And my book is called 5 Simple Steps to Releasing the Real You, where I talk about mindset, habits, nutrition, exercise, sleep, and stress. So I decided that I wanted to reach more people and to spread my message a bit wider. And so last year I wrote a book and it just came out just before.
That's awesome.
March time. Yeah.
Now we have a bit.ly link for that scrolling along the bottom. Is that sample chapters, or is that where they can actually go and buy the book?
That is a sample chapters. The book can be bought or on my website for UK people, and then I will send a signed copy.
Nice.
And otherwise, it is definitely on Amazon and any bookshop. So,
fantastic stuff. I love it. So, what are your 3 top tips that you offer? Are they in the book? For people who are struggling with weight loss, what's your 3 top?
So the first one is know your why.
Okay.
Know why you want. So you mentioned, your arm started aching and you're just like, oh, something is wrong here. But the thing is, we all blame lack of motivation or willpower. We all have a finite amount of that. Knowing your why and how doing what losing the weight is going to change your life is massively important, because that will be your motivator. That's what should replace that willpower. So, and it can be anything as long as it's meaningful to you. So it could be just the fact that, none of your clothes that you have in the house are fitting and you don't want to go, clothes shopping, although most people would like that. But at the moment it's not as nice as it normally is. That could be a motivator, but it could be as well, for health reasons. It could be an example for your kids. There's lots of different reasons that could mean to you, or not being able to do something that you really want to do. those are the kind of stuff that you need to dig deep until it touches something, because that's what's going to help you get there and keep you going. So that's my first tip. The second tip is realizing that, as I mentioned, it is a journey. We all would love to wake up tomorrow morning, slim, trim, fit.
Right.
Who wouldn't want that? But it's not going to happen. We have over time built so many unhelpful habits that we need to learn new habits, and learning new habits does take time. Yeah. So it is a journey, but it will happen. And if you focus on all those small steps, you are going to get there faster than by trying to go at full speed and then stop after a few weeks.
Makes sense.
My next tip is look at more than just food and exercise. You absolutely have to look at your sleep, your stress levels, your habits, and your mindset. Look at what you're doing in general. Look at, where you're at right now, what's helpful for you, what's not helpful. And then look at what you can change right now. Mm-hmm. And my last tip would be, don't hesitate to reach out for help. We're not Superwoman or Superman. We can't do it all alone. There's no reason why you should know everything about everything. You specialize in your own area of life. If you don't know what to do or you need help to make it happen, just reach out to someone.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I do want to, I want to kind of pop on top of those tips because just to amplify them a little bit, one of the things that I discovered for myself a long time ago was the mindset piece, specifically with exercise, because I don't think that it helps anyone if you're doing a stair machine, hating stairs, resenting having to do this, and just anger and negativity going over and over in your mind. When you are, in fact, bringing in that much oxygen at one time, I think, at least for myself, and I think that across the board, it would help as well. If we're listening to positive music, or we're listening to, abundance affirmations going over in our mind, in our headphones, whatever the case may be, because those thoughts are getting fueled by the increased oxygen intake, and man, will it make a difference in the rest of your day.
Oh my God. The thing is as well, so many of us, we all actually, when we think of weight loss, we think of something very negative. It's difficult, it's going to be hard work, it's whatever.
I hate to sweat.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
Seriously, it has to be something, if we break it down into little habits and little steps, it's actually not hard work. It's not that hard. And you can still have your chocolate ice cream. Maybe not every night, but you can still do it.
Right. So let's talk a little bit for a few moments about the environment that we're in with the COVID and all of that type of thing. And, what that could be doing to people's mindsets. I know we saw an article a couple of years ago how it was talking about, get a stand-up desk if you can, because the sedentary lifestyle is literally killing us. And you just burn more calories standing up than you do sitting down. So even that is progress, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you think is the biggest problem for people right now, having been locked down, having our ability to get out and do things limited? What do you think that's doing to people?
Well, obviously, on a mental point of view, it's really hard. We're not used to be limited to what we can do, being told what we can and can't do. Many people are not used to work from home, especially if you have kids that are at home as well. It's been really, really, really hard for most people. What we can do, though, it's actually an opportunity, because we don't have to commute. to work. So we have a little bit more time to eat better, stop buying the crap and start buying healthier food and make food. Get the family involved in making food. We have that tiny opportunity of having a little bit more time. So let's use it right. When it comes to exercise, just going out for a walk. I mean, we all it's a bit tricky because everything is in the same place. So get outside. I mean, I know you said it's really hot where you are, but here in the UK, we had the most amazing weather throughout the whole period of lockdown.
Oh, that had to be.
And it's kind of, well, let's go out at night, even for a walk. Go out with the whole family for a walk. Walking is so easily done. You don't need anything else. But put your favorite music on and go crazy in the middle of your house. Go with the kids, go do some boogie dancing. It doesn't matter what it is. There's just so much that we can do. But it's really an opportunity, I think, for as a family or, if you're an individual as well, just look at your lifestyle. It's really an opportunity, I think, to see, what am I doing? What am I not doing? What could I change? And, what can I do better?
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Now, what was your process for publishing the book? Did you do that self-published? Did you work with a publisher? How did that go?
So I did work. So I signed up for a book writing course because I had no idea where to start. And so I learned a way of writing a book, which was quite interesting and very different to, sitting there and start writing. So I outlined the whole book from start to finish. And then I started writing, looked for a publisher, found one. And then it was about a 16, 17 week process of getting it from first draft to getting it out.
That's phenomenal. Congratulations on that. And I highly recommend to our viewers, go to Anne's website, Iarchy.com, and find her book and purchase it there. Now, here's why. In many cases, the amount of money that the writer gets when you buy from their own website is far more than what they get through the publisher. So, leave the Amazon book club to the others and go support this healthy lifestyle coach and her book from the UK. Thank you so much, Anne, for being with us today. Very much. I really enjoyed our conversation. Do you have any final thoughts for our guests before we go?
Just if you do two things. So thank you for mentioning to buy the book. But if you do buy the book, there's a link in the book where people can download the companion material where you can really work through all the questions that are in the book. So by the end of it, you will have your own plan on what to do. That's the first thing. And one more thing, if people want to help me, is take a picture, tag me in on social media, and leave a review on Amazon as well. But other than that, remember, we all can get there. Just don't be so harsh on yourself and take it day by day, step by step.
Phenomenal. Thank you again for being with us today, Anne. You have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. When you actual energy work makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.